I was 19 and had my spiritual awakening. I leveled up so hard and so fast. Had nobody there to instruct or guide me. I had spirit there. So I never heard God's voice. And I decided that it wasn't real, that it must not have been real. And I effectively turned my back on God. Stopped listening to that still small voice in my head. I stopped listening to that voice. Where have you been? Like, where have you been? And it's taken me all this time to realize, over 20 years, to come to the conclusion that God speaks to us everywhere and in every way possible. He's dying to talk to us. He's just waiting for us to reach out. But it's part of the game. You have to go into the darkness before you can truly know and embrace the light. God never left me. I leveled up, and at that time, 1999, I was having thoughts about the apocalypse, an apocalypse, a second coming, which was not on my mind prior to that. I was consumed with it prior to my awakening. I also felt keenly aware that I was supposed to write some type of book, and that's what I was waiting for instruction on. I awakened, and then my job was to go out and fulfill my purpose in life, which was to become an intelligent, conscious creator, aware of my true power, and in so knowing, still choosing to generate light and love, to give more of myself than I take, and that's the goal. A lot of people won't like to hear this, but we are God. It's interesting to note how I knew how to meditate. I knew how to alchemize very well. It wasn't until much later, when I was incarcerated, that I began to read about these metaphysical practices and different esoteric teachings, that I realized that I had experienced some form of a spiritual awakening. It started with a desire to be something more. I was always full of dreams and ambitions, but I never followed through. Finally, having healed all of my wounds, there were many, I can see now why I didn't have self-confidence, why I continued to put myself in dangerous situations, why I engaged in self-destructive behaviors, why I couldn't form deep, meaningful, connected relationships, why I had no lust for life, and why from a young age I determined that if I wasn't going to be able to be myself, then I was going to have to figure out how to fit in. Fitting in was a challenge because I was different, but I was also good at everything.